Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for checking out another InfoSec Hub video. Today we're going to talk about companies that knows the most about you in 2021, and this is data collected over a number of months. And I will show you some of the companies that collect the most data about you when you're online on the internet. Why is that important? Information security is about data protection, basically. You share a lot of information with these companies or services or SaaS applications, and you don't want certain things to leak out, because if an email address leaks to the street, people know that it is an active email address, and the people that crack these companies, if they can sell that information to third parties, to spammers, hackers, what have you. And not only that, also your preferences, your pictures, your interest, maybe political interest, sexual interest, whatever. It's all interesting to lots of people, to advertisers, and also social engineering artists, hackers. So without further ado, let's go into that. And it will not be surprising to most of the people that Facebook is at number one. They built their whole business about around data collection and selling that data to the advertisement network. Facebook is a great tool, I must say. I mean, it's great for connecting with old friends that you lost sight of for many years, and get back in touch. That's all great. But you pay a price for that. When you like something, when you read something, Facebook is watching you. Analytics, a lot of web pages have Facebook and Google Analytics running. So Facebook knows when you're logged in on one tab and you're browsing on the other tab, it all feeds back to your own account, and you use Facebook long enough, they get a pretty good idea of what kind of person you are. So they can really also, especially with today's algorithms, it's very easy to determine what kind of person you are, what your interests are, what you're searching. The good thing is that Facebook and Google are like two separate entities, because when they connect and they see, on IP basis, on browser fingerprint basis, and they combine databases, I mean, they really know 100 times more than the government knows about you, basically. The internet is great, but it's also one of the greatest spying tools ever invented, and that was never the purpose of the internet, but hey, look at where we are now. So, Facebook number one, Instagram second. It's also a Facebook, or Meta, I should say, product. Tinder is for online dating, which I don't know nothing about, apparently. Grindr I even know less about. Then we have Uber, which is kind of strange, but they probably know your home address. They probably know the kind of rides that you take, from to where, what time. So they know about your whereabouts, let's say. TikTok, new. Don't know too much about TikTok. Only that I know it's all about short videos. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, so I kind of guess what's going on there. Never logged in, never watched it, not even planning to. But they're also quite high. They're number 6. So yeah. Again, these kind of platforms are very expensive to maintain, to guarantee the uptime, the availability. And that money got to come from somewhere, and it's got to be advertisement, Also, if you look at the number of views on TikTok, it's huge. It's huge. So also, if you want to target specifically the youth, you got to be at TikTok. That's where the attention is at. Even though it's a short attention span, that's what the attention is at. Focused at. Let's see if we find anything else. Spotify, we know. Tesco, I have no idea. I think this is a supermarket app from the UK. Strava, I don't know. Clubhouse, kind of a new app, like audio groups or something. You can have conversations with people. Okay, great. Twitter, number 14. Airbnb, Lidl, which is a German supermarket. American Airlines. Netflix at 20. And at 19 and 20 is Nike. this is strange because the first two are Facebook and Instagram, both applications, products, services from Meta. Where is WhatsApp? Because it's also a Meta product. Where is WhatsApp? Here at 35. Okay. That's strange. But at the same time, it's kind of reassuring because I don't want to use WhatsApp. I use it because most of the people use it, and Signal and Telegram and WhatsApp, they're not really compatible yet. But when they are compatible, if I can use Signal, I can send messages to WhatsApp. I'm ditching WhatsApp the first second it's possible. But thank you, WhatsApp, for all those years of free phone calls and text messages. It's a great product, but if I can minimize the impact of leaving trails and my data behind, not that I'm such a special person or anything, but it's about minimizing the ability for companies to build a profile based on the person you are. I'm very happily willing to pay €1, $1 a month to use WhatsApp just to make sure that no profiles are being built. I would do that, I'm not a cheapskate or anything, but I just don't like this kind of stuff because data is very, very powerful and you never know what's going to happen. YouTube, where you're watching this video on right now at the 28. Okay, so Google Maps. Of course, your IP, your address, where you're going to, you're navigating to this store or to this city, to this country, so you can sell advertisement. This guy travels to Germany, to Munich once a month. Let's send him advertisement for train tickets or cheap airplane tickets. Stuff like that, that's what it's all about. It's not necessarily bad that they target you like that, because it could be useful sometimes, but you have to understand the pain lays in the fact that they basically know a lot about your life, your whereabouts, your interests, your movements, all that stuff. And some people think, yeah, you're paranoid, you're this, you're that. I'm not paranoid. I'm not. And when there's a service out there that, is beneficial to me, I will happily use it. But I will implement some things to make it more difficult to track me. If I can do that and it's not against the law and I know how to do that, I will use it. Moving on. Zoom. All right, so that's the first one. I don't see Teams yet. Any other voice over IP app? No. No, right? Slack, I know. WhatsApp, Zoom. Anything else we see? Amtrak is probably American Train. Just Eat. Facetune. Headspace, Google Docs. Okay, that's also funny. So the Google Workspace basically is also free Office, Google Docs, Sheets, PowerPoint, all that stuff, easily to be shared, free of use. Nowadays, if I say it correctly, you have 15 to 20 gigabytes of space to, store in the Google Cloud, basically. Gmail is at this. Again, guys, there are many applications in the world, maybe 10,000, maybe 10,000 plus. I don't know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's say for the argument of this video that we have 20k plus applications in the world. So this data is collected. So these are the most privacy invading applications out there. So this is a list. Almost 60 applications long. So also health applications. Myself, I also own a smartwatch, so I also see what kind of data is flowing back to Samsung. Basically, am I happy with this? What can they do with that? Because the benefit of a smartwatch is just knowing how much step you take, what's your heart rate, what's your blood pressure, how well you're sleeping. When you get a little bit older, it's important, and I like to see statistics. I like to get some data to understand, to a certain degree, how am I doing. But you probably paying with that, with privacy. And now they're not sharing that, at least they claim, not with other parties, not with your health insurance, not with, but they could. They could. I mean, if you drink beer or hard liquor or whatever, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up. And from one individual user, you will not really have any data. But when you have thousands and thousands and thousands of people and smart algorithms analyzing the data, you can give me a rating, what my health is and what maybe my life expectancy is. And maybe what kind of lifestyle I'm living. You're having short nights, in the morning you drink a lot of coffee, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes up, you're 37 right now. Like, all these factors can make a very good profile. And that's basically all I tried to say with this video. Data is knowledge, data is power, it's the new oil of the 21st century. And it's just very important for you guys to know what these companies do. So also, when you're a heavy Facebook user, you rely on that for your business. Totally understand that. If you rely on it for personal gains, even understand that. But also understand what they're doing with your data. Read the privacy policy. Check their cookie notice. All that stuff. And I know it's boring, but when you care about your privacy, then yeah, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching my video. But if you care about that, just know what goes on. And also keep in mind that the European Union and the American government and the governments in the Middle East and Asia, they all deal differently with big companies like Facebook. And the European Union is quite strict on this. They have to follow the GDPR, which is a good thing for European citizens, I must say. But really also check the legislation in the country where you're from if you care about these kind of things. So, this is basically my video. It's kind of a no-brainer that Facebook is at the top and Google is kind of more spread out, but Google has different kind of services. They have document services, they have maps services. So they are more spread out, multiple facets of your online life and your offline life. And even when you're offline, you're still using Google services. And as soon as you go online again, that data is shared with Google, basically. That's why their services are free. When a service is free, you're the product. That's the end of it. And I think that's a nice way to conclude this video. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions or you want to start a debate or whatever it is that you want to do, leave a comment here below the video and I'm very happy to get back to you. Enjoy your summer and we see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.